Everyone's talking about the Star Wars trailer being released online. You're probably expecting a lightsaber joke right about now, but it's a little too long. Meanwhile, we're talking about Deathstroke. You know what? Everybody's asking me if I'm really as badass as I seem. Can I possibly be more badass? Nope, not badass. That's badass right there. Welcome to Meanwhile, the show that introduces you to the world of comics and connects it to the shows and games you already know and love. My name's Nathan Faugre. Let's get started. Deathstroke the Terminator is none other than Slade Wilson, the most badass mercenary in the whole damn DC universe. As a 16-year-old kid, Slade joined the army, and he was so badass that after a couple of tours, he drew the attention of Adeline Kane, a military instructor. She took him under her wing and taught him every form of modern military combat, which he learns in less than a year. Of course, they fall in love and get married 6 months later. Pretty soon, Adeline is pregnant with the first of their many kids. Seriously, his sperm is badass too. But the army decides that he needs to be even more badass.
More?
I know! So, after a mission goes bad and he's injured pretty badly, they put him under the knife to augment him in an attempt to create a, wait for it, a super soldier.
A super soldier?
Yeah. Yet again, this super soldier idea backfires on the army as he almost immediately quits and becomes a mercenary. You might be wondering how he lost his right eye.
Is he a pirate?
No. No, he is not a pirate. How exactly he lost his right eye is a story that's up for debate, ranging from he was shot by Adeline after one of their children was endangered, to while trying to rescue his buddy Wintergreen from North Koreans he was shot, or it was dug out of his skull by an ex-crazy soldier.
All of those are not fortunate.
Deathstroke the Terminator first appeared in 1980 in New Teen Titans #2. His son died after taking a job trying to kill the Teen Titans. While Deathstroke realizes it wasn't the Titans' fault, he still takes up his son's contract on the super team and begins his long history as a major enemy of the team. He hates them, he blames them, sometimes he protects them, mentors them, then he wants to kill them again. As time goes by, he branches out to the rest of the DC universe, and he takes up jobs fighting against bigger and higher profile people. Though he has a sense of honor and occasionally will do the right thing, Deathstroke's main motivation is his reputation. So he always ends up back on the wrong side, making major enemies of Batman and Green Arrow, who shoves an arrow into his empty eye socket in the middle of a fight. Yeah, that inspires a wee bit of a grudge. Unfortunately, a lot of the trade paperbacks for some of Deathstroke's best issues are long out of print, but this is a great way to break into what we call the back issue bins. These are the long cardboard boxes that collect individual issues. Generally, they're alphabetized by title and then by issue numbers under that title. Part of the fun of collecting comics is digging through these boxes and completing your own collection of the story. One storyline that's particularly good, Deathstroke the Terminator, City of Assassins, issues 6 through 9. In this, Deathstroke ends up in Gotham, which brings him into direct conflict with Batman! Yeah! But when the two of them come up against the entire Gotham underworld, they have to team up. Let's just say it doesn't go easy. If you're feeling less motivated, there are also 2 trade paperbacks from the New 52. The first one is good, and that's the place to start. Deathstroke is trying to preserve his rep while dealing with a new villain called Legacy. It's a great introduction to the character, and it's a super violent, fun read. Deathstroke has another ongoing series that started with issue #1 in October of 2014. You just can't keep a good badass down. In fact, this is the only title since the launch of the New 52 to get a reboot. Tony S. Daniel is kicking it off with a perfect noir-style intro to the character. Deathstroke narrates the story, so we see his rationalization for his actions, and he doesn't necessarily come off as a good guy. It's certainly a gory, action-packed adventure, and Deathstroke is back and off to a good start. And yes, he is still a badass. Now that your interest has been stroked with Deathstroke, that's right.
I still don't understand.
Be sure to subscribe so that you know when Thursday comes around you won't miss an episode of Meanwhile. And be sure to leave any suggestions that you have in the comment sections below. And meanwhile, we're wondering if Deathstroke sounds kind of dirty to you.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's fun.
I don't get it.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna be a badass in the only way I know how. Juggling.
Well, you tried, and that's the most important part.